let's celebrate everything that makes this southern land great. Kayleb discovers some Aussie animals who wander into the hospital and create some wonder. Shania talks to Roxanne, who not only keeps the hospital safe, she's also a keeper of something just as incredible. And Brisbane Heat fire up and share some skills for perfection on the pitch with our Juice superstars.
My name's Mike and I'm Brodi's uncle.
My name's Oz and I'm Brodi's uncle.
And I'm Brodi. Welcome to the show. This one is all about Australia. First though, it's all about me.
Your host is 12-year-old Brodi. He loves gaming, his favourites being Call of Duty, Black Ops and Halo, and he loves smashing it on the rugby league field.
My favourite sport is rugby. I play halfback. I like rugby because I like to tackle. My favourite movie is Moana because my sister's name is Moana. I would like JT to come to my birthday because he's the best rugby league player. I really like hip hop.
Wind up your waist!
And I like anything by Ice Cube. And now some Australian animals came to the hospital.
Hello everyone, my name is Kayleb. I'm going to play a game. When a word appears on the screen, I'm going to say the first thing that comes into my head. For example, snake, kangaroo, platypus. Alright, another one. Wombat, koala, possum. Hang on, I didn't mess that up. Hospital, wombat, koala, possum. That's exactly what I think of when I think of hospital. Especially today at Lady Salento. All types of animals have come walking in for a visit from Wildlife HQ. I'm pumped because when I grow up, I'm going to work with animals. Jared, you wouldn't really find animals like this at the hospital, would you?
No, it's a very special treat today, so I brought down some native animals from Wildlife HQ.
What do you do at Wildlife HQ?
So we're all zookeepers here today, so these are our animals that live there with us. So we bring people into the zoo to see our different animals from around the world so that people can get to know them and learn about different species and how we can help protect them from extinction in the wild. So this is Fern today. And some of our animals like this, they're hand raised, so they've got a real personality and mind of their own. Yeah.
How old can Fern get?
How old? She's 3 years old now, but she could probably live till she's about 10 to 15. So in a zoo, it's a very safe life. There's no threats or predators, is there? So it's a very good life for Fern with us.
Can Fern just be black or can it be other colours?
So Fern's a mountain brush-tail possum, so they come in this nice dark colour. But the normal possum you've probably seen is a brush-tail possum. See, they have a brushy tail, that's where they get the name. And they come in a nice chocolate grey colour like the wombat we have here today. So normally possums don't look like this colour. She's a very special type that lives in the special habitat that she lives in the mountains. She's very active, isn't she? She's very cheeky.
It's not just Jared, there's a whole team to keep this wild bunch at bay. Let's meet them and the creatures they help keep. What's this koala's name?
So this is baby Bo, or Beaumont for long, yeah. So he's been at the zoo he's a year old now.
How many leaves does this koala eat?
Yeah, so it's about 2,000 leaves a day they need. They only eat the eucalyptus leaves as well.
Do koalas look pretty chilled or do they sleep all day?
Yeah, they're pretty laid back, so they sleep for about 22 hours a day. So they sleep most of the time, and they're up for about 2 hours to feed, yeah.
Are these animals extinct or
No, so they're not extinct. They're just pretty endangered. All of their land is getting cleared along the coast for housing and stuff like that. So yeah, so they are endangered but not extinct.
Joel, what do you love about being an animal handler?
Oh, it's awesome. It's such a good time working with animals. You get to meet all these cool different creatures and hang out with them all day and get to know what they're like, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun.
Rebecca, who's this?
This is Jimmy, and he is a whiptail wallaby. He's a joey, so he's very young. Or they're also known as pretty face wallabies, so you can have a look at his face. Do you think he's pretty? Yeah.
Why is it called a whiptail wallaby?
That's a good question. So if you have a look at his tail, right at the end there, it looks like a whip. So when it goes nice and thin all the way to the end, it looks like a cracking whip. So that's where they get that name from.
What does he use his tail for?
So a lot of the macropods, so he's part of the macropod family, they use their tail for balance and strength. So when they can hop meters apart, so they use their tail for balance when they're jumping really, really far and really fast.
When they're older, how high can these kangaroos jump?
So Jimmy right now could probably jump this fence if he really wanted to.
Where did you find this kangaroo?
So Jimmy is actually a rescue wallaby. So unfortunately, he couldn't find his mum. He was found by himself. So we got to take him in and look after him.
Ash, who do we have here?
This is Mary, the southern nose wombat.
How old can wombats really get?
How old? They live up to 20 years. She's currently 3 years old. She was born on Christmas Day, therefore the name of Mary.
Is she heavy?
She certainly is. She's currently around 20 kilos, which is an average size medium dog, so you can imagine how heavy she is.
She's off for a walk now. How fast can she go?
Surprisingly not, she can go up to 40 kilometres per hour. Isn't that a fair distance?
Yeah, that really is.
I'd be tired, wouldn't you?
After that visit, let's play that game again. Hospital. Excited, fun, and happy. Thanks to Wildlife HQ. I'm Kayleb. See you later.
Thanks, Caleb. Now this is my uncle visiting from New Zealand. What do you think of Australia so far?
Hot. It's hot.
What are you doing in Australia?
I just got me to see the whānau, you know? Oh, family. Yeah.
Do you have a favourite league player?
Yeah, Jaden Nahu.
That's him. That's my brother. Why is he your favourite player?
Oh, just all the stories he tells me. He always runs over people. He's good at tackling all the tries he gets. Yeah.
Do you think the stories are true? I guess not. Speaking of stories, here's some more.
This is Roxanne. She works as a security officer at the Lady Salento Children's Hospital. You may have seen her around, but while she's good at patrolling, she's also able to transfer us to another time and place with just a few simple words.
Hi, I'm Roxanne and I'm going to tell you some stories.
Roxanne, thanks for joining us. What's it like being a security officer?
It means I get to do a lot of walking around the hospital, which is a lot. There's so many areas we have to cover. I like the job because I get to be part of a team that, you know, we can look after the patients of the hospital, the families, all the children. So make sure that, you know, everything's running smoothly and everyone feels safe here.
And that's not the only thing you do at the hospital. What else do you do?
I tell Dreamtime stories.
The elder hurried back to the camp and told the others what he had seen.
And hopefully I bring a bit of joy there and a bit of, you know, my culture to the hospital.
Nakaila Nulu, Nakaila Nulu. Oh. Thank you.
That reminds me, on NAIDOC week, I went to Stradbroke Island.
Great. That's where I'm actually from. My mum spent some time over there when she was little, and we've got a connection to Stradbroke as well. So I have family over there, and we go there too.
For people who may not know, can you tell us what are Dreamtime stories?
Dreamtime stories are stories that were used way back around the time of our ancestors a lot of the time, and the stories were told that helped the younger people and for all the Aboriginal people who were living around that time, that they had messages in them a lot of the time too.
Then he kept on making a nuisance of himself until your dinghy, becoming angry, picked him up, tied him up with his feet together and hung him upside down.
I have two favourite stories. First one is the Rainbow Serpent. I like that one because I like how the Rainbow Serpent makes a long trail along the ground. My second favourite is Tiddalik the Frog in the Big Flood. I like Tiddalik the Frog because it shows lots of teamwork with the other animals.
Then you will grow bigger. Yes.
Where do you learn your Dreamtime stories from?
Our culture is a culture of talking, of what's called an oral history. So a lot of it was spoken about. It wasn't written down in books or, you know, recorded like that. So once it's lost, it's gone forever. So it's been very sad. But I do try to find stories along the way that I think kids will like. We work together and we learn about each other. So, you know, other people that may not know about Aboriginal people, they might get to know a little bit more.
Now Roxanne is going to share some stories with everyone in the hospital.
Long ago, there was an emu who went flying around the world. He loved flying, so he flew every day. Now and again, Emu came down to rest on the plane because he was very tired. So one day, he flew up and he saw all the country below him. He kept flying around and around and around until he became so tired that he came to rest on the plane. So when he was resting on the plane, he fell asleep. So while Emu was sleeping, this old man came along and he saw the big bird and he thought to himself, I might catch that bird. So he crept up to the bird. He came closer and closer. And he was just about to grab Emu's wing feathers. And then Emu woke up and he took off. He ran off, leaving only these feathers in that old man's hands. So that's why Emu, what could an emu do when that emu took off and he kept those feathers in his hand? What happened to poor old Emu? He couldn't fly.
While Roxanne keeps the patients and their families safe at the hospital, by telling these stories, we know that Indigenous beliefs will remain secure, to be held dear and carried with future generations.
That's where I'm from. Thank you. Thanks for coming, everybody.
We want you to be a part of Juice TV. We're always on the lookout for hosts, interviewers, behind-the-scenes helpers and mini-producers. You can be any age, you don't have to have any experience. How much easier could it be? To find out the next time we're filming at the hospital, just head to our website, juicedtv.com.au or our Facebook page. For loads of fun to break up your stay in hospital, join the Juice crew. Send us an email at hello@juicetv.com.au or speak to any of the volunteers wearing green shirts throughout the hospital and let them know you want to be involved in the one and only Juice TV.
On with the show, here's another uncle of mine. What's your favourite place in Australia?
Brisbane at the moment. I like going to the beaches. It's nice, especially for summer. It's good swims, good tan.
What do you think of the cricket?
I'm not the biggest fan. I only can watch like one days. It's about all I can handle.
If you like a fast game, this one's for you.
Hi, my name's Georgie. You get asked lots of questions at the hospital to make sure you get really looked after. Here come a few more questions. Best Australian sport, cricket. Best sport to play at summer, cricket. Best sport named after an insect, cricket. It seems like everyone is into cricket. We'll prove it, random strangers. What's your favourite thing?
Cricket!
All right, them strangers aren't so random. Curse you, obvious branding. They are, in fact, Cameron, Marnus, and Joshua, 3 cricket players from the Brisbane Heat. But cricket is awesome, and heaps of people do love it. There's a reason the Big Bash is in the top 10 most attended sports leagues in the world. What do you love about cricket?
This is a question we get a lot from young kids and young cricketers, but I think the most fun that we get to have is playing cricket because we get to play with 10 of our friends all the time, and Georgie playing cricket for the first time this year. You'll start to see some familiar faces, maybe some people from school as well, and you realise that, you know, playing cricket means you get to hang out with them for quite a long time, and it's a hell of a lot of fun, I think.
So no, my favourite thing about playing cricket is hitting sixes. Hitting sixes, just like all kids, or just like all kids. I love hitting sixes, and I'm sure most of the kids that play want to hit sixes. Everyone wants to be like Chris Lynn.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone wants to be like Linny.
What's your favourite thing about cricket?
I like bowling.
Yes.
With my friends.
Yes, bowling is awesome.
Do you know the KFC cricket song?
Yeah, well, I think we do. I don't.
Is it the
Liza? Yeah, there's a hole in the bucket. Yeah.
Hole in the bucket.
Who's Liza?
Liza. What do you mean? Have you not heard that? Have you not? Is that right? Are we right here, Georgie?
Can you sing it?
Can you sing it for us?
There's a
Hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza. Doesn't it go then? Dinner.
What's your favourite food?
Well, again, you know, I'll have to take the easy answer. Mine's KFC.
Ooh, that's good. That's very good. But I reckon I could eat Italian every meal for my entire life. I love pizza, I love pasta, I love all of that stuff. Marnie?
Look, I love meat. I love my meat from South Africa, you know, big meat eater, but also love sweet potato, you know, veggies. It's very nice, sweet potato and meat. There you
Very
go.
appropriate for
Very
the Juice
appropriate.
TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Marnus loves vegetables. Newsflash.
What's your favourite food? Yeah.
Pizza. Like Domino's?
Good shout.
Domino's pizza?
No branding. No branding.
Yeah.
They like compete with our sponsor.
When fielding, you have lots of free time. What do you think about?
All kinds of things. The mind can often drift playing cricket. I've played noughts and crosses in the outfield before. Like, I've actually scratched noughts and crosses into the outfield. Myself.
When I was just a little bit older than Georgie when I started playing cricket, I used to dance a lot in the field. So I wasn't a big cricket fan back then, and I used to dance to the music in my head, and then before you know it, I'd be out of position. So my under-9s coach had to give me like I think it was like a pizza, coming back to Domino's again, like, you know, the things that hold the pizza together in the middle. He gave me one of those as like as a little marker in the ground to put that in the ground, so that's where I had to stand. So
For those long days in the field, it's very easy to drift, but nothing really quite captures your mind like food. I mean, it's a long day, you know, and the only thing that can keep you interested in is what is for lunch.
What's for tea?
And the worst thing is, if it's a bad lunch at the place, you're like, oh no, you know, you really lose that excitement. But if it's a good lunch,
Oh, the MCG.
I tell you what, yeah, exactly, MCG, you're just like, oh, get me out, get me off the field and get me in some lunch.
And since we all don't like cricket, we love it, we decided to hit the green to turn up the heat on our game skills. Joining us is our brother Joel and my sister Kasey.
So we're just going to have a little bowl to Marnus here. He's not very good, as you can tell. He's practicing already. I think he's a bit nervous. So we should be able to get him out. What are some things that you know about bowling in your first year of cricket?
To keep your arms straight when your arm goes over.
Yeah. Where would you point your arms if you wanted to go towards the stumps?
Towards the person.
Yep, perfect. Okay, I think that's about it. I think there are key things is that you make sure you point that front arm at the batter, which is Marnus, so we want to get out, and then we keep those arms straight as we come over. Perfect. Do you want to have a bowl?
That's classic Marnus too, wandering around aimlessly after getting out.
So, Georgie, what's your favourite thing about batting, and what would you like to know?
I would like to know how to keep your feet straight when the ball comes on a different side.
Wow, that's a pretty intelligent question. Well, my best advice to you is we try and get our foot nice and straight down the wicket, and then we try and hit the ball nice and straight, but as far and as high as we can. So try and hit the top of that building. Just whack it. I think you can do it. Do you think you can do it? I like it. Good confidence. Righto, let's get you in there. Oh, it's really not getting much carry. She needs 6 to win. Oh, 5. That's a super over.
Thanks to the Brisbane Heat for sharing their love of cricket at the hospital. It was a nice day on the green. The weather wasn't too cold or too hot. It was really fun and I learnt stuff. And now, in true commentary style, we cross the Lewis at the Gabba. I'm Georgie, bye.
Hang on.
Lewis. And I'm Brooke. We're at the Gabba where the Brisbane Heat play. The game's kicking off soon. Before our match in the Big Bash League, the crowd chants and dances. It's all part of the awesome vibe. But what do the players do before the game?
They're going to come hard from there.
Lewis and I are hanging out with the Brisbane Heat to find out. Yeah. Who's your cricket hero?
My cricket hero is actually one of our coaches in James Hope, so I got to play with for a year or two here with Queensland and the Brisbane Heat. So he was a really good player. I used to grow up watching him play, and now he gets to coach me.
I probably have to say Warnie, don't I? Because I'm a leg spinner, so he was probably the best leg spinner we've ever had, so I'd have to say Warnie.
My hero is Shane Watson. I was lucky enough to play him here a couple of weeks ago, which is pretty special for me. He got the better of me though.
My cricket hero at the moment is Brendan Doggett. Took 5 for last game if you saw him bowling fast. I wish I was bowling as fast as him, so he's my hero at the moment.
Who's your cricket hero?
I do like Mitchell Swepson.
Swepson?
Chris
Lenny. I got some big shoes to fill if Chris is your favourite player, Lewis. So hopefully I can... Yeah, exactly, yes. Big shoes to fill.
Do you do anything special to prepare for a game?
Not a whole lot. I like to relax a bit in the morning and then sleep in as much as possible, so I'm not tired by the time the game comes around. It's a fair wait before a 6:40 game like tonight, so I try and take my mind off cricket a little bit, and hopefully the game comes around as fast as possible.
I like to sleep as well. Lots of sleep. I'm a bit of a panda. I can sleep all day. So because we play at night, I like that. So I like to sleep all day and then come nice and fresh, ready for the game.
I've got these special undies that I wear. I wear the same pair of undies every time I bat. They're these little blue teal Speedos from the Brisbane Heat, so that's my go-to on game day.
I do nothing. Maybe I should start doing something. Nah, I might start something today, I think. Whatever I did today, I'll do every day.
What do you do before the game?
This afternoon, in a few minutes, I'll be going to have a bat in the nets. So get my eye in, hit a few balls, and then we'll have a warm-up a field, catch a few balls, throw a few, and then be ready for the game.
Before a game, I'll mark my run-ups with Ben. When he's ready, he comes and gets me and tells me we're marking our run-ups. And then, not a lot really, I'll have a bowl out in the middle and then have a chat to some of the boys and just chill out.
I've got my same routine during the day before every game, so I like to get up about 10 o'clock, walk my dog in the morning, walk her again in the afternoon, and then I'll get out there about an hour before warm-up starts and start getting moving. I'm a bit older than the other boys, so it takes a bit longer to get moving.
I got a dog.
What sort of dog?
A Labrador.
Does it like chasing balls?
Yes.
Yeah. Mine doesn't chase balls very well. She likes to chase possums and that's about it.
She's an insistent dog.
Is he? You love him?
Yeah.
And his name's Bouncer?
Yes.
Brendan Doggett bowls lots of bouncers.
Ah, yes.
Maybe you should change the name of his dog. What do you think?
Yes.
Be very careful how you answer that.
Yes. See you later.
I think Lewis and I played a great game.
Brisbane Heat.
We're off to check a game.
Brisbane Heat.
Bye.
Bye.
Awesome work, guys. For the end of the show, I have my nan and my brother. What sports are you into?
I'm into rugby league, touch, and basketball.
What's your favourite thing to do in Australia?
Looking after you, cooking and cleaning. I love that.
Why do you like looking after me?
Because when I ask you to do jobs for me, you'll do it. And I love you.
Before I go, thank you for everyone for coming to visit. This is Brodi. This is my family. See ya.
Roxanne, thanks for joining us.
Let's go.
Well, there you have it, people.
Remember, guys, it's so easy to be a part of Juice TV. Whether you want to be a host, help us out behind the scenes with filming, or decide what goes into each episode. Let us know you want to be involved by sending an email to hello@juicetv.com.au or speak to one of the friendly volunteers throughout the hospital in the green shirts. Also, head to our website and Facebook page for all the updates about what we're filming at the hospital.